Good learning. We are going to learn when to use S, which is sample standard deviation over square root of n. In which circumstances are we going to use that? Now remember, what does the CLT, that's the central limit theorem, says? That all we need to model the sampling distribution of y bar is a random sample, right? We already know that. Now what is a population standard deviation? We know that is sigma. Now how do we find the standard deviation if it's only from a sample? We do not have a population. So we create something called the standard error. What is standard error? Standard error mathematically is nothing but written as SC or y bar. Remember, this is for the means of the variable, not for the variable itself. Is given as sample standard deviation over square root of n. We need the sample size 2, so we are dividing by the square root of the sample size n. And S is your sample standard deviation. So S is my sample standard deviation. Because remember, we have taken a sample, and n is my sample size. Now because in order to find our standard deviation, we would take sigma over square root of n, but we do not have sigma, so we estimate it using standard error, which is S over square root of n. When was this first used? This was first used in a brewery. Gossett had a wonderful job and he was a chief experimental brewer for the Guinness Brewery in Dublin, and he found for very large sample sizes, if you took sigma over square root n, it was fine, but the minute you started having smaller sample sizes, you needed to use the standard error. So we use the standard error as SE or standard error for y bar. Remember, it's just the estimated. Standard error is just the estimated standard deviation of the sampling distribution model for means. Thank you.